Welcome to the Windy City Rundown. Yeah. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Windy City Rundown. I am Eric Avila, solo dolo for the moment, but Jose Contreras will be joining me soon. A lot to talk about today in our episode on our show. A lot of Bears conversation because the Bears aren't bearing, if that makes any sense. The Bears, these are not your typical Chicago Bears. This is a differently ran organization. This feels so weird. This feels like the Bears actually do care about the organization, the fans, and winning. And it just feels amazing. Guys, before we start our show, make sure you guys like our show, follow our show, share our show, and follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube. Also follow us on Instagram and on the TikTok too as well, where we will be posting up all our reels and shows on there too as well. But yes, like I mentioned before, the Chicago Bears is not your typical Chicago Bears, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This Chicago Bears team is moving differently, and I love it. And well, you know what else I love? This man joining me today is Jose Contreras. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Yo. What up, man?
Not much, man. Just getting the people hype about the Bears and the moves that they're making, bro, this last couple of days. Last week, I guess you can say. Jose, did they hype you up? I know we were being very pessimistic in the very beginning about the Chicago Bears and how for the next season, but did this change your feeling? Does this change your mind about the Chicago Bears for this upcoming season?
Look, man. I'm not trying to fall into the same trap we did last year, Eric. Last year we were hyping them up. We were talking about we got a quarterback, we got an offense. We're gonna be top this, top that. I told myself I'm not falling into that trap. There's one thing the Bears and Ryan Poles, what they know how to do. They definitely know how to win an offseason. I need to see it translate on the field. Now, I would say this. They are addressing the needs that needed to be addressed. They're definitely taking care of that. They're definitely beefing up the O-line. You're seeing players get added here and there on the defense and on the offense, which is great. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see it. I just need to see it translate onto the field. And I'm going to go in with this mindset, this attitude the entire offseason, going into next year. Look, it doesn't have to. Obviously, the goal is to equate to wins. I don't need it to be wins for me to feel like this offensive line is successful. I need him to hold Caleb Williams upright. I need our running game to get better. I need our passing game to get better. I need Caleb Williams to be protected at all times. So that is where I'm going to. That is when I'm going to. Critique these moves that Ryan Poles made during the regular season. Right now, it looks good. I'm happy, but I'm not going to put myself in that same position like I did last year. So I'm just going to hold back and saying we're back.
Understandably, dude. And I get you, and I want to be right there with you, but I mean, I can't get nothing but excited over what the Chicago Bears have done recently. I mean, yes, they had to make some trades, right? And they made trades on 2 Pro Bowlers, one that used to play with Ben Johnson, and another one that just came off a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs, who's an all-pro guard. And obviously they got the big fish in the offensive lineman situation in Max Dahlman, Mark Dahlman, whatever his name is. We got Dahlman. That's all I care about, right? The center from the Atlanta Falcons. And you're absolutely right. Just keep him upright. You know what I mean? They got the right tackle solidified with Darnell Wright, who looks like he's a promising young prospect for the Chicago Bears on the right side. You still have questions on the left side. A lot of people like Braxton Jones. A lot of people like myself are not really too sold on him being the left tackle for the Chicago Bears for the foreseeable future. I feel like there's going to be work right there too as well. But as for the offensive side of the ball, especially the offensive line, which is most important and key when I tell you key to make this become successful of Caleb Williams and his progression in the NFL. I mean, the Bears got it right. The Bears had to do what they had to do. They made some trades. They had a lot of trades. Traded for 2 guards. They had money to pay players. They got the best center and the best offensive lineman out there too as well. So again, Jose, I think the Bears really did a great job. You're absolutely right. The Bears know how to win offseason, but I feel this one feels a little bit more different than the other two, especially last year. The fact that they actually had some real notable and real offensive linemen that you pay good money to get to be on your team. And that's just how I see it.
No, hey, look, man, I'm telling you, Ryan Poles knows what he do. He knows what he's doing when it comes to the off season. He knows who to grab. He knows what the team needs, and he goes out and he gets it done. That for sure we knew, right? When he re-signed DJ Moore, got the trade that brought DJ Moore here, got Caleb Williams, all that. We all know what he can do in the offseason. It's great. It's just what can it equate to, right? And obviously there is a huge difference going into this year, as opposed to going into last year. That's Ben Johnson. It's what Ben Johnson can do for the Chicago Bears. Now, the real question, Eric, is we were hoping and kind of looking forward to the Bears drafting O-linemen. Do they still do that? Are you still interested in them and drafting a little bit more offensive linemen, or is this now, or do you think this is now a gateway to get the running back everybody wants in Ashton Gentry?
Now, like I texted you guys before, during when all this was happening, I texted my brother too as well. You get offensive linemen. Yeah, hell, you even get defensive linemen at this point. Even the moves that they made on the defensive side of the ball too. Like I told you guys, more meat, no potatoes, right? More beef, no potatoes. This is not the time to get cute. The Chicago Bears still need a lot of work, my guy. And like I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to tell everybody who we're having this conversation about the Chicago Bears. They need a lot of help. They need a lot of help up front. They still need depth. I don't think they have that yet. And this is where the draft comes by. Now look, can you move back and then can you trade back and get more picks and then make, like, I know where you're trying to go with, get a certain player of a certain position where it's kind of needed but not really needed. Sure, I'll be okay with that. But if they don't make any moves to move back and then just keep in the same position and draft that player, I'm gonna have problems with that, because I still believe that the Chicago Bears still need more moves, or still need to make more moves to solidify the trenches just a little bit. And having a rotation of linemen on either side of the ball helps the team immensely, and helps Patrick Mahomes, helps Caleb Williams to stand upright if you get more offensive linemen. I mean, if you think you have offensive linemen, you need more offensive linemen. That's just the mentality that you have to have, bro. And you can't go wrong by getting more beefier in the lines.
All right. Well, I mean, I hear you. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't be opposed to Genty, only because we know what Ben Johnson can do, and we know that in his offense he needs that type of running back. He needs that type of player that'll complement the passing game. Because everybody knows that he's going to unleash something out of Caleb Williams. He's gonna do whatever he can to make Caleb Williams look like a star. So we know the passing game's gonna be there, but we can't be one dimensional. And DeAndre Swift showed flashes under an offense by the Matt Eberflus era led coaches. I don't know, right? Whatever you want to call it. So imagine what he can do under Ben Johnson. Now at the same time, he's also an older player, a lot of tread on those tires. So I'm actually very, very intrigued to see what Ashton Jenney can do if he is a Chicago Bear, and or what running back can come in and make a splash here.
Dude, yeah, you're absolutely right, dude. I mean, or you're not right, but you make a great point, is what I meant to say. as we go on the comment section right here, apparently, unfortunately, we can't post them up right now at the moment. But Isaiah on Facebook says, "Go Bears! Hope our O line protects Caleb Williams." I mean, that's the dream, right? That he they do the job. He stands up, delivers the balls. Hopefully, even shatters his record of passing yards and touchdown passes and everything like that for the Chicago Bears this upcoming season, because that is the goal. That is the dream for the Chicago Bears, to probably have finally a 4,000-yard passing quarterback and a quarterback that could flirt or actually get to 30 touchdowns. Like, that is the dream for the Chicago Bears, to move on to move on to the stage of the NFL of being a high passing offense. But Jose, what you're saying is not wrong either. I mean, the Bears do need running back help, and Gentry does give that hope and gives up that or gives them that hope of having a very, how should I say this, exciting prospect in the running back room back there. But it's not needed, bro. The Bears are not there yet. Is it great to see? Of course, it will be great to see. And if he pans out, he pans out. I mean, that's the whole point of the draft. Like, you pass up on players, or you overdraft the player, and players behind them are better than the player that you got. But man, right now that's not the move. And it's scary that you say that, because I feel it too. I feel like the Bears, what they made with the moves that they made, I feel like Gentry is the player that they're gonna go after. And it's not gonna sit right. I feel like it's not gonna sit right with me, bro. I mean, it definitely doesn't sit right with me even talking about it. And you right now, like 5-6 weeks before the draft even starts, because it just doesn't make sense. We've seen these splashy moves, I guess you can say, these splashy draft picks, you can say, from Ryan Poles and previous regime. Obviously, drafting the punter and Taylor. Roma Dunze, with the number 9 pick, when he could have just had another player. Darnell Wright, Jalen Carter, that other players too as well. So again, bro, like, right now the Bears need to be an organization that needs to build the right way, and getting Gentry will just like move back 10 steps backwards after moving forward five steps.
I'm not gonna believe that, bro. I don't believe that drafting Ashton Jennings is gonna take us back. I think I do feel like if they were to do that, you're kind of, in a way, I don't want to say skip a step, because again, think about it. Okay, think about this. Their goal was to improve the offensive line. On paper, they already did it.
Right.
When you get a center, when you get those 2 guards, you already did it. You still have Darnell Wright. To me, we're already gonna we should already have a way better offensive line going into the season than we did last season.
For sure.
So, we do. And my thing was, I didn't want to get a running back. I didn't want to draft a running back unless if it was going to go against us improving that offensive line. That's not going to happen. The offensive line has already been improved. It should drastically change. So if they go for a running back and a playmaker like Genty, who could be generational as far as running back, imagine the 2 years getting Caleb Williams and Ashton Genty. Your offense is going to be great. Now, you got to remember, this is an offensive now minded league. The NFL, it's all about scoring points. Look at the team that just won, the Eagles. Look how great they were on offense. Look at the Detroit Lions, who are in our division. The Vikings last year with Sam Darnold, they were scoring points left and right as well. You got to be able to score points in this league. I get it, where that we have to also worry about the defense, but I say let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have. We had some injuries last year. We have a good defensive coordinator coming into this year with Dennis Allen, a new offensive play caller, and Ben Johnson. I think, Eric, we can afford to draft Genty. I think we can. And if Ryan Poles does his job, you could find value on the defensive end, on the defensive side, I mean, in maybe the later rounds. I'm pretty sure you could find value there. Same with even if you wanted to get a couple backup offensive linemen, I won't hate on it. You could find value, same thing, in the mid to late rounds. And you still have some more cap space. You got to use it. You still have more cap space, whether it's re-signing some of the guys you have or going out and finding some pieces. There's a lot of free agents still out there. You still have a lot of wiggle room, I guess.
Yeah, but also, Jose, there's this running back room it's deep. This draft class of running back is deep too as well.
But you want the best player available in that position now, and at the same time, If you're sitting at 10, you want value at 10. That is definitely value.
Get the best offensive lineman that's available.
Genty's available, bro. That's
nah, value. Dude. I see, and that's the one thing that kind of gets me upset because the Bears. Okay, last year was kind of the weird year where it's just like, okay, we got Caleb and we got Roma Dunze, with our 2 picks and number 1 and number 9, and we thought that we were the shit. Like we won everything. That we ended up drafting a punter in the 4th round instead of grabbing another player. And it's like it feels the same thing. I honestly feels the same way. Granted, a running back is better than a punter. Yes, hindsight is always 20/20, and more and no duh. But the fact of the matter is, bro, like the Bears are not there yet to make that type of pick. The Bears are not there yet. The Bears still have a lot of moves to make to be in that position in a draft class that has so many wide receivers, so many running backs, so many guards. That if you get a tackle, if a tackle is available and it's one of those highly rated tackles, take them, because that's the most important thing. Is like you said earlier, it's to keep Caleb Williams upright. It's to keep Caleb Williams.
So you don't think they have enough already to do that? I feel like they do.
I don't know, bro. I don't think so. I don't think so because
you better think so, because you don't spend the money you spend. You don't trade away those picks if you don't think these guys that they got can keep them upright.
I mean, they could definitely withstand it, but I am just not a big believer in Braxton Jones. I'm sorry, Braxton Jones doesn't cut it for me. I don't think he's swift enough or quick enough or even beefy enough to be protection for Caleb Williams on his blind side. I don't think so. I really do think that you need. My philosophy is still the same. You have 3 picks in the top 70 something. Those 3 picks better be linemen, whether if it's on the offensive side or defensive side of the ball. And with the moves that the Chicago Bears made within the last couple of days, the mindset is still the same. But now with 2 of the second round picks that you have, okay, you can get yourself a running back that's needed. You can get yourself another positional player that you need for that position, bro. Like, and then I'll be okay with it. And then the following pick can be an offense or a defensive lineman, because you got your 2 defensive linemen that you got in free agency.
I don't know, because we look at Ben Johnson and the type of offense he wants to run here. Look at that.
Great. What about the defensive side of Dennis Allen?
That only came into fruition when they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs. They had a great running back and David Montgomery, but Jahmyr Gibbs was the difference maker. Ben Johnson is going to want something like that here. We don't have
I get that. I get that. But also Ben Johnson doesn't have the same doesn't have nowhere close near of the offensive line he has in Detroit.
Which is why they did what they did in free agency. Think about it. Look,
and it's still not enough, Jose.
I hear what you're saying. Okay, I hear what you're saying. And again, I was exactly on board with you until they made these moves. Once these moves have been made, this tells me, and you even said it, this tells you you're afraid they might go after Genty, because it makes sense for Ben Johnson to go after a running back who of that caliber, because he needs that for his offense to be successful. Remember, he's here because of what Detroit has been able to do. And a big focal point of that offense was Jahmyr Gibbs, not just in the running game, but in the passing game. He bailed out a lot of those wide receivers. He bailed out Jared Goff, and we don't have that. Nowhere near here. That's why they beefed up the offensive line through free agency. If what you were saying was true, that we shouldn't draft it and the Bears probably don't want to draft Genty, then they would have also, I feel like they wouldn't have made all these moves on the offensive line and focus on the defense. I think they know, hey, offensively, at least in the line, that we can get what we can get in free agency, because there was a lot of value in free agency, meaning we now have wiggle room to either draft a running back at 10, or like you said, we could go for whatever stud is there in the defensive line, which I won't be mad at either. If we do go that route and get a defensive lineman, I won't be mad at that either. But if you're not going defense, my thing is you get Genty at 10. You have to.
Windy City Rundown here on Facebook and on YouTube, guys. Make sure you follow us on all their social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on all our other social medias on Instagram and TikTok too as well. We're talking about the Chicago Bears and the moves that they have made. They traded for 2 guards and Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson. Jackson was traded for this year's 6th round pick, and Tooney was traded for next year's 4th round pick. Obviously, what coming with them is their salary: 16 million for Tooney, 17.5 for Jackson. Goes against the cap. They signed what was probably the biggest fish in the pond for the offensive lineman in Drew Dahlman, 3 years for 42 million. So those are the three moves that they made for the offensive line, Jose. And I want to ask you this, and I feel like the Bears have a plan for the short and for the long term. If you even notice, what's up, CP, bro? I'm looking straight at the camera, bro. I didn't even look at the damn computer screen. I didn't even introduce you the right way because I was blindsided as I was reading, my guy. How are you today?
I'm great, man. Had to squeeze in real quick.
It's all good, my guy. We appreciate you hopping on. Just for
I
everybody
miss
else,
y'all faces, man.
Man, same here, bro.
we
Same
miss you,
here.
bro. We miss you.
Sure.
Just like for you guys, you guys can join us on the comment section too as well, or just like CP, we have room for people to hop on. The link is right there in our comment section for you guys to hop on. But CP, I was telling you guys, I was letting everybody know the moves that the Bears made on the offensive line with the salary, but also there's a trend with all of these salary caps or these signings of these contracts. The Bears have not made any signing past 3 years. You know what comes up in the next 3 years? Caleb Williams contract. 42 million for Drew Dahlman for 3 years. Dio, I'm not even going to attempt his last name right now until I get more of it or hear more of his name. 3 years, 48.
Obadinge, if I'm not mistaken.
Obadinge. I'm not even gonna try it, bro.
Don't even waste your time.
No, I'm not even gonna try it. 3 years, 48 millions, and the most surprising one of them all was this one. Grady Jarrett from the Atlanta Falcons, who was released the same day that the Bears actually signed. 3 years, $43.5 million. He's the only one that's officially a Bear out of all these players because the new season starts tomorrow. So a trend. Nothing past 3 years. All 3 years on the 40s. They're using up their cap space. They know what's coming up after these 3 years is the contract for Caleb Williams. But right now, what's concerning, well, not really concerning, the Bears are doing this with a plan. They have a plan in mind. They know what they're doing. This is kind of like a win now mode with your quarterback's contract salary. I like it. I love it. I think that's the way it's supposed to go. I think their next signings are going to be like 1 or 2 year deals. Whoever comes in on the via free agency on the second wave. But CP, Jose was saying that this is enough for the Chicago Bears to go get Gentry. Is it enough for the Bears still need to do more on the offensive line?
Wait, yeah. I mean, what do you think? Or you feel like they need
hell no. I think they need to get more beef, no potatoes, my guy. They need to get beefier on both sides of the ball. All beef.
Well, we forget how amazing this defense can be. Obviously, the Brisker injury, like that kind of hurt a little bit and set us back a little bit. But I think getting him back and just adding just any, because we could have used, like, Montez Sweat has been that good. We just literally needed somebody to add pressure from that other side. And as soon as the Bears sign somebody, I immediately run to look at the highlights and stuff. And from what I'm seeing, this guy on the coast, man, he an aggressive guy, man. I feel like he could really help Sweat get after the quarterback. Grady Jarrett is not the most wow signing in the world. I remember you, Eric. You saw me looking at Trey Hendrickson, but I agree with what you said though. That no more trading draft picks for right now. So obviously he went the route of using that salary cap space, which I don't have a problem with. I do feel like probably we're like 1 or 2 pieces away. But I think the Bears are trying to do it like the 49ers way. Like, you see what's happening where, they just had to pay Brock Purdy, but they lost like 9 players.
Yeah.
This is your chance to build your team while your quarterback is on the rookie contract. That's how you do it. You build your team out, build the defense, build the O-line, all that. And when Caleb is due, you do what you got to do. But Caleb, man, he showed us some stuff in his rookie year. How many years is going to be until we got to pay that man?
4 more years. Remember,
hey,
he has a 5th-year option, or they got the team 5th-year option. So,
hey, man, if he could take that huge leap, and Ben Johnson is as good as everybody say he is, and Caleb Williams can take that next lead the next 3-4 years. I mean, I know we get excited like this all the time, but man, this feels different. Poles is at it again, bro.
It feels different this time because of Ben Johnson. Because
Right, that's the main factor. It
Yep.
feels like we have stability,
And he hasn't been a head coach yet, but we could just feel it, right?
I like the staff around him though.
Yeah, definitely. You know what's funny, guys? There's a lot of there's a lot of comparisons going into this season from the 2017-2018 season. A lot of comparisons because just like that year, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Now we're going into this year after the Eagles won the Super Bowl. We're going into this year, the beginning of Trump's presidency, just like that year. We had a brand new head coach, offensive minded, like Matt Nagy. Here we are, Ben Johnson. The Bears had a good season that year.
I know this feels different than that.
It feels different than that. No, I agree.
I'm being dumb, but it does feel a lot different. There's a lot of comparisons, but it does feel a lot different because of Ben Johnson, like we said. I don't know. Like I said,
that in the moves, Jose. That in the moves.
Yeah, of course. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like if you're Ben Johnson, you've had so much success in Detroit because of the pieces that were there offensively. We need a running back like Genty to come in and play that Jahmyr Gibbs role.
Next Sonic and Knuckles, baby.
We need something like that. Look, I don't know if DeAndre Swift could be Knuckles, but I know Genty could be Sonic. I know.
Yeah. I was thinking. Because I watching Genty highlights. He bounces off of people. I was thinking he could be more like a combination of Sonic and Knuckles. And Swift is just he's swifty, fast. It's hard to get onto him, hard to bring him down. So I was thinking Swift could more be like more the Sonic guy, and Genty could be Knuckles. But honestly, they're both a combination of both. And I think because David Montgomery, obviously, he was good with us. People forget how good Swift was too. I know injuries held him back a little bit. I know Eric isn't the biggest Swift fan, but it's not like he was terrible in Detroit. He had a great year in Philadelphia, bro. All it takes is a great O-line.
And he showed flashes last year with the battle.
Right. Under the circumstances, he was pretty damn good last year, bro.
I agree.
With a really shitty O-line.
All I know is that he got shipped out and the running game got better from Detroit. All I know, he got shipped out from Philadelphia. The running game got better in Philadelphia.
It's Saquon Barkley, Eric. Come on, man.
Right. Okay. It's Saquon. That's one.
He just damn near broke the record.
What about Detroit?
Same thing. He got replaced by two better, younger running backs. And that's what I'm saying. You're only going to add to it when you get a younger, better.
I
don't think the Detroit thing is fair neither, considering, like I said, he was dealing with injuries. He never truly had his shot in Detroit, bro.
Never. He
peaked at Georgia. That's all I gotta say.
He had a great year in Philadelphia. I know that because I had him on my fantasy team. He was going nuts the whole year with the Eagles.
Fantasy is one thing, results in real life is another. CP, I love you, my guy, but I just, again, I wasn't the biggest fan. You know this. You guys know this. Still isn't. I'm still not. And I honestly do feel like the Bears are, if he's probably going to be the easiest one to replace, and they'll probably eat that salary cap if the opportunity presents himself. Like if you guys say they get Gentry, I wouldn't be surprised if they let go Swift and all of a sudden Nick Chubb comes to the Chicago Bears, and then you have a better running game or a better running room. Or better,
I'd rather have Swift than Chubb right now, bro.
I mean, look, give whatever
you want. ACLs are hard to come back from. I'm sorry.
Give what you want to take, but the better consistent runner and the better consistent running game is Nick Chubb than DeAndre.
We got to see. Can we see Nick Chubb get it back first, though?
That's the one thing. Was he coming off the injury this year, or did he came back?
Yeah, he came back from injury this year.
Came back from injury this year. So again, but prior to that, you've seen the consistency of Nick Chubb, and Nick Chubb can't get it done. If you really want that Sonic and Knuckles running game, and you want to get Gentry, I promise you that the Swift move, him being out of here in Chicago, will come more likely, and then that Nick Chubb scenario with the Chicago Bears. Again, it's a better running room. and with
Because how old is Nick Chubb at this point?
29.
Yeah, that's old for a running back, bro. That's very old. And Nick Chubb, he's had some Pro Bowl years. He's taken a lot of hits too, bro.
He has taken a
He
lot of hits.
started.
But
He's starting to
also,
wear down.
again, you're doing the Sonic and Knuckles comparison. He doesn't have to do all the load all the time. That's what you got.
Right, but
Gentry
neither
for.
does Swift. I'm not looking at Swift
Right.
as a number one. I never
Right.
have. It's just I
Right.
think he can be a great 1-2 punch with somebody.
That's what I'm saying. And like and that we've seen that the two running back set works. And
Yeah, of
It
course.
does.
Swift
It definitely does.
Swift is definitely talented to be that number two. We're not asking him to be number one. You give Genty majority of the snaps, but when Genty's tired, that when he needs that rest, you put Swift in there, and he should be able to produce. Fresh legs going
He
in.
will.
You're not asking too much from him, like bro. Like I with a better
Bro.
O-line for sure.
He will produce, bro. He had a two, like all he needed was a good O line, bro. When, like I said, when Swift was in Philly, he had a 200-yard game because of that damn O line, bro. Swift, he had his moments last year. He had flashes, but he was consistent in Philly with that O line. And if they can build, I'm not the biggest Braxton Jones fan. I don't know what we're gonna do with that. I didn't even know he was a 5th-round pick. That's crazy to me. I didn't know
Yeah.
he was drafted that late.
I mean,
That's what
So
I said.
I feel like
with
If-
Braxton Jones, we could see how this new coaching staff could develop him. If they kept him, it's probably for a reason. They probably see.
yeah, they probably see something there. I mean, he wasn't a total ass, but I mean, it's Ben Johnson. I trust him. I want to give him a shot. But Swift behind a great O line, I trust it, bro.
And you're just as good as your weakest link, right? So maybe the guys around him weren't doing his part that made him, suck a little bit. I don't know. For lack of a
I mean, I could say the same thing about Darnell Wright. The offensive line around him wasn't even that good. They made him
They
look
call
even
him was
bad.
a factor too.
So you're right. The three new offensive linemen that they got these last couple of days, you're right. It could probably improve Darnell Wright on the right side, and they could probably improve Braxton Jones on the left side too as well. But I don't want to leave it up to chance to the fact that that Braxton Jones is going to be that left tackle when in reality we kind of already see what it really looks like, and he doesn't look like a competent left tackle. Now, what's the kid that they drafted last year from Yale?
I forgot you say his name from Yale.
Yeah, the kid that was injured, that they got injured, and then they threw him in, and he was like ass. He was complete ass the game against. Let me look at the roster. But go ahead, keep talking while I look.
He was very young. He was a very young.
He was a rookie. Literally, he was a rookie.
They did him no favors. They thought
They
maybe
didn't.
they thought maybe he'd be able to spark something. They did him no favors, but he should still be on the practice squad. Like I said, he should still be on the roster, helping him out. So
No
I
practice
mean,
squad.
it's
I'm a
only
guy-
his rookie year, man. Give him a shot.
give him a
I'm-
break.
Kieran Amagaji. That's
There you
the
go.
guy. Amagaji.
Yeah.
Again, they drafted him pretty high last year too. I think that was their 2nd-round pick or 3rd-round pick of last year.
I thought he came later.
No, I'm right here. I found it. So yeah, Kareem Amagaji, 6'5", 326 from Yale, rookie year. He's 23. Draft info, drafted in 2024, 3rd-round pick at pick number 70.
All right, he was 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not gonna give up on a 3rd-round pick that quick,
They're
bro.
definitely got to give up a 3rd-round pick. But with that being said, though, again, if the opportunity presents himself and there's a better offensive tackle to be on the left side, and you want to give Amagaji the opportunity to develop, and he could be a rotational player, I'm okay with that too as well, because the Bears still need depth in that on both sides of the ball, on both sides of the line, offensive, defensive.
I'm with it, man. Injuries on the O-line happen all the time. Trust me, I'm with it, bro.
What's up, comadre? At Tony Football. Yeah. I guess he's a stud. I guess you can say that.
He's all right.
He's all right. But I don't know, man. I worry that these moves are like it's getting to Jose about the Gentry move, guys. It's the Bears are not there yet. In my eyes, the Bears are not there yet.
I don't know, Eric. You gotta give this. Look, how about this? If the Bears draft him, I trust this. I'm gonna trust this coaching staff because you could just tell Ben Johnson has a lot of his hand in these moves that Ryan Poles is making.
100%.
You can tell they're really working together here. So if they draft Gentry, I'm not going to be mad at it. I'm actually going to be pretty happy. If they don't, I'm also going to respect it because obviously there was something else that they're both looking at. But that's the difference between this year and years in the past. It kind of felt divided years in the past. You kind of felt like you don't know who was running.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
can actually tell these guys are working together here.
Right, because you have one side want to draft somebody else, and the other side want to draft. Like one side wants to go defense, the other side wants to go
Yeah.
offense. So consistency is key, bro.
Hell,
Yeah.
one GM, one head coach wanted Deshaun Watson, the other one wanted Mitchell Trubisky.
Don't
You
even get
know?
me started, bro.
I know that's John's guy and all, but I mean the difference there. I mean, and you could say butterfly effect, without John Fox, being the head coach, who probably would never gotten Ben Johnson and so on.
I keep forgetting we had John Fox. Ugh.
John Fox, he wanted Deshaun Watson. He wanted Deshaun
Man,
Watson.
I get who wanted Trubisky?
Pace.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a Pace move.
Pace.
Yep.
Same thing. Ryan Poles came in with the head coach already chosen for him. And what's his name? Matt Eberflus. You know what I mean? Pace and Nagy trying to fix everything that they messed up on drafting Trubisky and Justin Fields and then get fired a year like there's been some shit with the Chicago Bears throughout the years. Within we can say within the last 10 years. So much shit what happened with the Chicago Bears that you guys are absolutely right, and you guys hit it on the head. Jose, you definitely hit it on the head saying that this feels like they're actually in unison in making these picks, in and making these trades, in signing these free agents. Like these feel like these are a collective unit signings and agreements that they're doing.
Right.
And
the draft room when they drafted Caleb Williams, like the way that draft room looked, how hard they partied and hugged each other and all that, it did look like they were in unison, bro.
And you know what? You also got to put, maybe Kevin Warren is putting his finger on it too. You know what? How much of his say it is, and or how much whether if he's putting his say in this or not. Just again, like we saying, just the unison of this team, just trying to get this team better and actually looking like a productive and a well-ran organization and up to speed with the NFL. What's up, Josh? Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you, CP, for joining the show today, guys. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook and on YouTube too as well, and all our social media platforms. Guys, make sure you guys hit the little bell on our page to get notified when our shows are live. That way you guys could join us every single episode of the Windy City Rundown.
One more thing, Eric, I do agree with you about a few missing pieces, though. I do feel like they can add a little more depth on both of the O and D lines, but mostly because Keenan Allen was actually very vital last year. We got to find, we got to find a way to replace that, bro. I don't think I love DJ Moore and Doomsday. I'm sure Doomsday gonna be better, but I do feel like it would help to bring one more receiver back in.
I agree. Cooper Kupp's available, right? Is he not?
He still is. Do you want to trust that injury factor though?
I mean, you could give him some little money. I give him some. I'm going to ask you for a long-term commitment here.
What's the ballpark to you?
Give him a prove a year. Just like Keenan Allen did last year. Give him one prove a year.
For about $15 million.
Yeah, do it.
They got the money. The Bears.
I say, do we have money left?
We still have a bunch of money left over.
We have like 20-something million left, I think.
Yeah, I think with all these moves, we still have like 34 million dollars left in the in salary cap. So.
Yeah, and there's still hella free agents left too.
There is a lot of free agents.
Ross St. Brown came out and said like how do these guys have?
He's like, damn, how they spend all this money because we don't got to pay Jared Goff 50-60 million.
That's what it is, and that's why the Bears are making the moves now. And again, all these moves all these signings / moves that they have are players that have 3 years or 2 years left on their contract. From Jonah Jackson, who has 2 years left. Tooney, I think he has 1 or 2 years left. But Dahlman, Dio, Jarrett, they all signed for 3 years because in 3 years, Caleb Williams is going to be.
Yeah, I like that too. Poles is looking ahead, bro.
He's looking ahead. He's looking ahead. But
he's again,
but also it comes down to the fact like we're having these conversations of trading away draft picks for players like Hendricks was a big
Uh,
talking point
Trey
last
Trey Hendrickson, yeah.
right. And if you're looking ahead in the future, these draft picks are more valuable than just trading them away because the one thing you have to do is develop these players from the scratch, even when you're going to pay Caleb Williams down the line. So again, yes, even though they're fourth round picks and sixth round picks that they're giving up, there's going to be coming a time where you have to trade a first or possibly even a second round pick for a player that could take you to the next level. And then what you're going to do, because you still have to pay that player too as well. And they're not going to come here for 3 years or 2 years or anything like that. They want that long extended money for 4 or 5 years that you're going to give a quarterback, not quarterback money, but a quarterback length contract of years to make it worth it, to make the move make sense.
We saw Eagles trading for AJ Brown is what made the difference. Got them to the Super Bowl finally.
But again, they did that while they had a quarterback in a rookie contract. Now that the quarterback, did Jalen Hurts get paid? I'm not sure if he got paid or not.
Yeah, he got paid. He got paid.
He got that money. He got that
money. Now in the next couple years, how long is AJ Brown even going to be there? Now you have to go out and draft these players and develop these players because you're paying the quarterback a substantial amount of money because of a salary cap issue or a salary cap driven league, should I say?
Yeah, no question. Their window is now. It's like the next 3 years before
they took advantage of it. They fucking won a Super Bowl literally like a month and a half ago. So
that's why they're playing with house money going into the season.
At this point, that's what they're doing.
They're literally playing with house money. And shout out to Mario Scott, man. Shout out to Duff, man.
The Bears.
The Bears. Los Osos.
Guys,
they're playing with house money, man. They got kind of like how the Washington Commanders went into last year with a chip on their shoulder. The Bears have the same thing. Nobody's really expecting much. It almost seems like it's a prove it year.
So I think Caleb will have a chip on his shoulder with the whole Jaden Daniels making an NFC title game thing.
110%. 110%.
I like it. We went into last year with so much hype. I like this change of pace. We're going into this year with we don't know what to expect.
Right. Because now nobody is thinking about us.
Right. Exactly.
100%. Speaking of changing the pace, right? Outside of the Chicago Bears, the NFL also made some noise too as well. That's the crazy thing about the NFL. Like the NFL just ended, or their season technically ended in the Super Bowl a month and a half ago. But it feels like the NFL season is still going on. And this is why the NFL is king, bro. Like for the last 4 or 5 days, the NFL has been ruling the sports industry with all these trades, all these signings. All of that's been going on is what's happening outside of the Chicago Bears, guys. My question to you is, what signing / trade surprised you guys the most? Jose, let's start with you, bro. What trade / signing surprised you the most so far of this new NFL season, quote unquote?
I gotta say, Justin Fields to the Jets was pretty surprising. Only because I love the fact that that these teams are giving Justin Fields an opportunity. I think he's proven that he could be a good starter. He could be we haven't really seen what he can do because the Bears didn't give much of a chance here with a good team. The Steelers, we know, were coached well, but did they really have a really good team? You really don't. And he played well. Those how many, like 4, 5, 6 games he played? He played
6
really
games. He went 4-2.
He played well with that. So I love to see the Jets give him an opportunity. I want to see what he can do there, and hopefully he could be a valuable starter for them. That was surprising to me that they went after him.
I'm shocked. Not that they went after him, at the number they went after him at. It was, what was it? 22 million, 20 million, somewhere like that in that area?
3 years, 20 million.
3 years, 20 mil. Shout out to him. He got paid. That's good money.
So 3 years, 20 million per year.
I think so. I'm looking it up right now. Go ahead. You guys keep continuing.
Yeah, I remember it was like 2 years, 40-something million, but I was like, because he did have a nice little stretch where he went 4-2 and he played pretty well for them. But I just would have liked to see a whole year from Justin before I give him that. Even though that's not much, a quarterback's getting 50, 60 million. So I get it. And him and Garrett Wilson played together at Ohio State, so maybe that might help.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, maybe the Jets saw something I don't.
I mean, if you look at what was out there available, right? There was him. There was Sam Darnold,
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. I would go for Justin Fields too. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I get it. The one that caught me off guard was DK Metcalf to the Steelers.
Finally, a real one. That's a real move right there. There you go.
That was interesting. And then, I mean, they gave him the bag and everything before they even got their quarterback situation figured out.
That's true. That is fact. Oh, by the way, Justin Fields for the Jets. Yeah, you're right. 2 years, $40 million. That includes $30 million guaranteed. So
okay.
More than likely,
good for you, Justin. Good for you.
More than likely, he's going into this season with the New York Jets as the QB1, right? With the money that they give him.
Mario says Justin went 4-2. Give him a good team and coaching staff, and he will produce. In Justin,
bro, he was
too bad the Jets are not that.
Wait. Before y'all start with this glazing of Justin Fields, let me just remind you guys he played 6 games, but only threw for 5 touchdowns and threw for 1 interception and only threw for like 1,800 yards.
But the most important stat,
don't let John hear you say that.
No, the most important stat was the dub on the ranking, Eric.
Great. Congratulations. We know that the team was way better than what was here in Chicago. Let's be very honest here, and knowing that the Pittsburgh Steelers are the Pittsburgh Steelers for a reason. But let's also put into perspective that he played 6 games. There's a reason why they benched him. There's a reason why they went with Russell Wilson, who was already past his prime. Because the one thing that Russell Wilson can do that Justin can't is push the ball downfield, throwing the football with a quarterback.
Russell Wilson, 80 yards.
Again, take it however you want to take it. But let's be completely honest. He only threw for 5 touchdowns, only threw 1 interception in 6 football games that he played, that he started in with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So,
I mean, bro, he was kind of exposed in that Cowboys game a bit. Like, teams were starting to catch up to him, bro. And, like, I know people 4-2. Let's be honest, bro. the league would have caught up to him just like they caught up to Russell Wilson eventually. Russell Wilson had a nice little run, and then they caught up to him. They definitely would have caught up to Justin.
He's a good bridge quarterback for the Jets.
Yeah.
Obviously he's not going to be or who knows, right? He could play.
No, he's only 26.
He's only 25, 26, bro. I think the Jets are hoping he could be, their actual quarterback.
And that's the thing, right? Like, he has what's it called? Like a high ceiling, low reward type of deal. You know what I mean? Like, you can either be the bridge quarterback to get you to the quarterback that you want. You have him for a couple of years till you get somebody you want, or like you said, he could play. He could have a turnaround year like Sam Darnold did, and there you go. And then then you have something there. So it's a high risk.
It's a low risk too,
Low risk type of deal. I agree with it.
Sorry, I gave Justin Fields 700 yards too much. It was only 1,106 passing yards, 5 touchdowns.
Wait, what did you say?
1,800.
I'm about to say, wait a minute, damn. He threw for 300 yards a game.
Yeah, My bad. I had to fact check myself. I didn't even do it to talk shit, but I did it with a perspective of like, hey, just let's be completely honest here.
I mean, look, just to go back with Mario was saying right here, right? With give him a good coaching staff. He had a really good coaching staff in
Mike Tomlin.
He had Mike Tomlin, and Mike Tomlin put Russell Wilson over him. And look, and don't get me wrong, Russell Wilson was a good quarterback and is a good quarterback, but he's not the same. So if you're putting that version of Russell Wilson over Justin Fields, can Justin Fields really be a franchise quarterback? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, the Steelers looked unstoppable for a while with Russell Wilson in there before, he started to wear down and they started, sacking him a bit more. But, yeah, I mean, once he hopped in, I think the Steelers they were 4-2, but I think they got to like 10-2 at one point. Or 9-2, I forget what it was.
Offensively, they were better. They were better offensively.
Yeah, they were just more explosive. I mean, you saw what Pickens on. Oh my God, Pickens and Metcalf together, bro. Goku and Vegeta. They finna be. Those practices finna be fun, bro. I hope they get them the right quarterback. I really do.
honestly. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers. Hey, Aaron Rodgers available.
I keep hearing that name.
Man, I do not want Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh because we fucking faced the Steelers this year in Chicago. Like that's the last thing I fucking want. That's the last thing I
They
want
come
for
to
him
Chicago.
for one fucking game and be like, I still own you bitches. Like that's the last thing I fucking want.
That'll be hilarious, bro.
That would be hilarious.
Look who decided to join the comment.
There
Look
goes
who
our
decided
boy.
to join us today.
There goes our boy.
Look, I will say this. This is true if Caleb is 100% healthy throughout the whole entire year. That is only true. That comment that he said, playoffs or bust, is only true if Caleb plays all 17 games.
I don't know, guys. I can't go into that season with that mindset. We gotta give it. We gotta get him acclimated to the offense.
Yeah, we've learned. I've learned my lesson.
I've learned my lesson.
We learned our
I learned
lesson.
my lesson.
Do that. Hey, Ron, exactly.
No, but again, I don't agree with that. Look, to a certain degree, he is correct. John is right. John is right probably 25% of the time of the things that he says.
Damn, not 25.
25%. And the only reason why I say this is because, again, yes, playoff or bust only if Caleb Williams is healthy throughout the whole entire season. I get it. He's absolutely right. There is no excuses for Caleb. I get it.
Yes, there
I
is. It's his first
that.
year in his offense.
When is he gonna let this nails thing go, bro?
There you go, Jose. That's why John is right 25% about that comment, simply because it's a new offense. He has to get acclimated to a whole new season. So everything is made for him. He is absolutely right. It is absolutely made for him for this offense to flourish with Caleb Williams. And Caleb Williams, he needs to start game one of the preseason and needs to start every single game of the preseason to get acclimated to this new role, to this new offense. Excuse me. But again, playoff or bust only works for Ryan Poles. It doesn't work for anybody else. Playoff or bust only works for Ryan Poles because Ryan Poles, for the last 4 or 5 years that he's been here, he hasn't had a winning record.
Not even that, because of what the changes that he made, you kind of bought him an extra couple years. Let's be honest.
Maybe one.
Two.
Maybe one.
One. No, definitely not one.
Definitely not one year. No, because
because at least the jump has to be, he has to be 8 and 9 to solidify his moves this year.
Rome wasn't built in a day. And again, look, Eric, we went into last year with all this hype and all this expectations, and we were dead wrong.
Yeah, I 100%. I 100% agree.
Right. So you brought in what seems to be the right coach. You made what seems to be the right moves. Now we just have to see how this plays out on the field. And if it doesn't work out the way we want it to, it's not all on Poles. Because we're still going to believe in Ben Johnson and the guys that they have. You just got to give him another year. Let
100%. But Ryan Poles.
That's true. I agree with Mario. At the very least, Caleb Williams' statistics should be way better than last year.
100%. I honestly feel like we'll probably have our 4,000 yard passing yard with Caleb Williams, and I don't know about 30 touchdowns though, but definitely 4,000 yards passing will be there.
Better O-line, with the better O-line, you better see 30 touchdowns. You better see Rome Odunze have at least 15 of those, 10 or 15 throughout the season.
Again, 25%.
That's the Ben Johnson don't make the run the priority.
25%.
That's fine too. That's fine too. I'm okay with that.
25%. But this no. This doesn't no.
I mean, people forget that the Bears lost like how many games on the last possession last year? It's not like every game they were getting blown out or something, bro.
4 or 5.
I think
we lost to the Vikings, field goal. Lost to the Packers, field goal. Commanders, last second Hail Mary, bro.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
Lions, a field goal.
100%. And I think if the Bears don't make the playoffs, I think it's more because we're giving up too much points defensively. I think offensively we're going to be.
And I don't think that'll happen at all.
I don't think that'll happen at all either.
And here's the thing. CP brought up a good point right now, right? With all those close games last year, a lot of those games, Caleb Williams was cooking in the fourth quarter. He put us in position to win. Clutch. Mm-hmm. The pressure was
right. And it wasn't off play call or nothing. It was just off pure Caleb skill, bro. Like on his own. Like I'm gonna take over this game and do me because clearly whatever we're doing is not working.
The coaching staff did him no favors. The play calling did him no favors.
The
defense
timeout
was
not
up
calling did no favors, you know.
Like that whole little thing he did against the Vikings to send that into overtime,
The
like that
Lions.
was all him, bro.
What
That
he
was
did against
him.
the Lions without even getting the touchdown, how quickly he got there. The Commanders game, going downfield and getting the touchdown too as well.
Yeah.
You know, hell, even the one that they won against the Packers at the last game of the season, but it was all Caleb Williams putting them down there at the end of the game. How many times were they third and long
Both
and he got
Packers
the
games.
first down?
Both Packers
Yeah,
games.
that-
We lost
Yeah,
with a
both Packers
missed
games.
field goal. With
Exactly.
That was all heart from him, bro.
Which is
All heart from
which is
Caleb.
why this comment from John is only 25% true. That's it. Which is the only reason why. Because yes, there is pressure to become more successful than last year. That bar is set so low. That bar is set super low.
Wouldn't it be 50% true since it's only 2 options?
No, it's 25 because it's only 25.
He say it's 25 because it's John.
It's 25 because it's John.
Don't pull out the Steiner math on us, all right? You gotta.
No. It's only. I know it's 2 options. I get it, but it's only 25 because it's coming out of John's comments.
Don't put out the Steiner math, bro. Come on.
But the thing about it though, it's like it's the bar is set so low because of the play that they had last year, because of the record, but also at the same time, these moves are playoff worthy, and a division, to be completely honest with you guys, has gotten weaker.
The best.
One team didn't do anything in the Green Bay Packers so far. The Minnesota Vikings lost probably like 3-4 players in their quarterback and don't know what quarterback they're gonna do or they're gonna
Apparently
get.
they're going with JJ McCarthy.
Right.
The Lions lost a lot. That's a whole staff that they lost this upcoming season, and we got one of them. So again, Mario, again, with this new coaching staff and online, the team better be put up more points. It needs to stop coming from the last minute, dominate the whole damn game. Then I agree. I 100% agree. But let's also put it into this perspective, because I'm playing devil's advocate as much as I can right now, because the schedule is not going to be nice to us.
We got to play the whole AFC North, bro.
Especially
harder this year coming up than it was last year. And that's
the Ravens, the Steelers, the freaking Bengals.
Every road game is going to be tough outside of the Las Vegas Raiders.
That's why, that's why I say the defense, right? Because we're going to give up points to those teams we just mentioned right there. That's what I'm saying. If we don't make the playoffs, I feel like it's going to be more defensively. We just got to keep up offensively.
100%.
And hopefully we can.
Hey,
so I do agree to a point with Mario's saying. We got to put up points, and we should be able to.
I trust our defense to keep certain teams in check, to be honest.
I mean, I do too, but we're going against the Bengals. We're going against the Ravens.
When you're going against a Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, I understand that on that part. But, like, people like – I like the Steelers, even with, DK Metcalf and – like, if Aaron Rodgers can't move back there, and if they do sign him, he can't move like that in the pocket no more, bro. I'm not finna.
That's gonna piss me off.
Hey, just throw the ball. You know what I mean? If he has dogs like that at the as wide receivers, just run.
I get it, but again,
I used to pray for times like.
I mean, look,
man, if Jay Cutler had an O-line, man, don't get me started.
Yeah, Jay Cutler did have an O-line.
He had a decent O-line.
He had a decent O-line, and how long he was here? Was he here like 8 years? I want to say like.
He didn't have O-line for long. If he had an O-line,
no, probably like 3 years.
Was he here the Olin Kreutz years?
Yeah, but the tail end of Olin Kreutz, though. Let's be honest.
Let me see. What did John say? We should be a self wild card team.
What that mean?
Maybe.
Like we could be like we should be a wild card team, not falling into the playoffs. Like we should be in that wild card.
Damn, 2027. So skip 2026, huh? Damn, he said skip a whole year.
I definitely agree. This is tough.
I agree, Mario. There you go.
It's a tough ass schedule. He said we should be a wild card team.
Hey man, after what the Commanders did, I'm doing for anything, man.
Yeah,
for real.
I mean, look, two teams are going to come off the NFC East, right? That's a guarantee that we know for sure.
Commanders, Eagles, yes.
Okay.
NFC South, somebody got to come out of there, but it's probably going to be one team.
My money's on the Panthers. Long shot, but my money's on the Panthers.
Carolina?
My money's on the Panthers.
No, they're still a couple of years away, bro.
Yeah, it's still years away, bro.
I think another year with Penix. I think the Falcons,
Michael Penix, the Falcons will be better this year.
Way better year.
Kirk Cousins was on some.
The Falcons were the NFC South. I forgot.
Yeah, Cousins was on some shit, man.
Buccaneers. Hopefully, I mean, if Cohen is that offensive mind, they think he is. I mean, Baker
I'll,
Mayfield.
I'll give that one time. I think there's going to be an adjustment season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year.
Right, and the
We
whole
need
NFC
some
West
more-
has become bad, to be honest.
But
The
no, the
only
Bucks
team-
are in the South, though. The Bucks are in the South.
The Bucks are in the South.
I know. I was saying like the NFC West isn't as scary as it used to be.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Seahawks are going with Sam Darnold. Cardinals are still, the Cardinals. Rams, they did add Devontae Adams. Got to watch out for that.
The Rams are going to be the
Um,
best team in that division because
Probably the Rams. 49ers, they lost so
got
much,
weaker.
bro.
They
They lost a lot.
They did
I know
lose
they
a
still
lot.
got McCaffrey and
Pretty much,
Kittle, but no Debo. They lost a lot of guys on defense. They lost Ward. They're one of their best cornerbacks, bro. San Francisco will not be the same because they had to pay Brock Purdy. The NFC isn't as scary as you think, man. Besides Eagles, Rams, Commanders, I mean, who else is there? I mean, Lions too. My bad, Lions.
The division probably got weaker too.
We got to see what JJ McCarthy can do, bro. We
Yeah.
got to wait for him.
That's if he's the quarterback. That's if he's the starting quarterback.
I mean, what other options are out there left for the Vikings, bro? Everybody's been signed.
Look, there's a lot of good coaching.
Aaron
in
Rodgers.
the That's the one thing. There's a lot of
Aaron
good-
Rodgers isn't going to Minnesota. This isn't a Brett Favre situation.
Can you imagine? That'd be so crazy.
That'd be so
That'd be
hilarious.
wild.
Green Bay would disown him.
That would be so hilarious, bro. If
It,
he
it
literally
just like
followed
how
Favre
those
footsteps.
two careers intertwine if he does that, man. That'd be
That's
so
so fucking
Right,
funny.
because he went to the Jets. That is insane.
Right, it's insane. It's insane. It really is.
If we get
One
Eagles
Super
week
Bowl
one.
crazy.
Super Bowl hangover. I see the Bears 0-1. No, I'm not even gonna start. I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna
Wait,
do it. I'm
wait,
not
wait,
gonna
what?
fucking do it. I'm not gonna do it. Never mind.
Hey,
I'm
look,
not gonna
I
do
just
it.
want to be competitive, guys. That's it.
I do
I just
too.
want to be competitive.
I just
Damn,
wanna
we
be-
played the Eagles this year.
Yeah, we
it's-
got
it's
the whole
rumored.
NFC East
Fuck.
and AFC North.
I wanted to
It's
play the
really-
Commanders again. They shouldn't have beat us.
We're playing the Commanders on the road, guys. We're going off to Washington again.
That should be in
They
Chicago.
can't come to us.
Right, they should
Damn.
be in Chicago. They should. They
They
should
making
do it.
us go all the way to DC.
Well,
I'm
here's the
really crazy right now.
Well, last year, the only reason why we went to Washington last year was because we had to face one team from the NFC East, but the team with the worst record got the home game. So that was the Commanders. And the Bears, that's why the Bears went on the road. This year, now it's the rotation. 4 years ago, we went the Commanders back then were the Redskins, but the Commanders came here, and now we go over there. So that's the only reason why we're going to Washington again, unfortunately.
Kirk, you
Kirk,
like
you
that?
like that?
Cousins get the man a new chain. No, I don't know, man. I think he's done. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, that Achilles just that
Yeah.
doesn't look right.
I don't think nobody. If they do sign him, it ain't gonna be for much.
No. The Rams taking that division. I agree, John. 100%. He said next year.
I agree, John. Rams killing it now.
Yeah. Aaron to Brett, this is how you do it, man. Hey, let's not forget though. That year, Brett was in Minnesota. They went all the way to the NFC Championship game. They had a year.
They should have won. They should have won that game, bro.
Should have
Look,
won that game.
as much as this, I'm as much as the Saints was a great story. I was actually rooting for the Vikings that year.
I was too. I was too, bro.
So nobody's gonna pick Josh Sweat going to the Cardinals. No, nothing.
Oh no, I mean that's a huge deal. The Cardinals defense is really getting better, bro.
Yeah,
I just worry about the offense.
I think the Cardinals take a step forward for sure.
Yeah.
And they could very well contend for that West. But I just think the Rams are good.
Maybe the back half of that wild card, I could see Arizona doing that because, like I said, the NFC is like, it's there. Well, I know we got the Eagles, Rams, Commanders, Lions. Those are the four teams at the top, and then after that, it's if anybody.
No,
I think let's not forget the Rams made it a game against the Eagles. I think if as long as Stafford can stay healthy, they could be pretty good, man.
nobody's gonna mention the first move of Debo Samuel's going to the Commanders. Nobody's gonna mention that's the biggest surprise or the biggest trade.
No, because Debo, he was used like a running back, bro, and I think that's hurt his career.
The biggest move the Commanders made was at Laramie Tunsil. That was a huge pickup.
That was the move that scared me, bro. I don't know why the Texans did that, bro. CJ Stroud was running for his life the whole year. You trade your best O lineman.
That's
What
crazy.
sense does that make, bro?
It makes no sense whatsoever.
Houston doing Houston things again. It's like Bill O'Brien is there again. Remember he traded a prime D Hop.
Prime, yep.
He did trade the prime D, but but after that trade, it felt like D Hop just kind of
He knew something. He knew something we
He
didn't.
knew something about that. I think I give him credit with that one. But also,
He has good
also
sense,
the Texans are also in a salary cap situation because CJ Stroud is going to be up within the next couple of years, and they need to make moves, and they need to just they're really high on developing players, which they have done an amazing job drafting their players, developing them, and they're actually being impactful players on their team. So that's also another reason why
They
they're
gonna have
letting go of a very
to,
old Larry
man,
Tunsil,
That's the
trading
one
away
thing.
for more draft picks.
bro.
So
That's the one
They
thing
gonna
that
have
scares
to.
me a little bit. We got to start. I do agree with Eric in a sense, but we do got to start drafting some O linemen, so that way we have that protection when we do pay Caleb. So
100%.
Man,
What
they
do you
gonna have
think?
to start a GoFundMe in Houston, bro. They have people donate their legs to Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs. People need to donate their knees, bro.
There,
They out of the.
yeah, you ain't
I'll
lying.
take it. I'll take Keenan back. I love the way Keenan Allen played last year. If we could afford him, why not? Give him another year.
You think Keenan wants to come back?
He said the only two places he wants to play for is Los Angeles and Chicago.
Los Angeles is out of the question.
So there's two teams in Los Angeles, so either one.
Oh,
There's
don't
two
know.
teams out there. Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean,
I don't think he's going to the Rams.
Now, I mean, I personally look. I think the one thing that the Chicago Bears kind of do lack in the wide receiving or just in the receiving core in itself is somebody that could just straight run. I don't think we have a fast runner. Roma Dunze is not that. Keenan Allen definitely is not that guy. DJ Moore has the speed.
Yeah,
but he's
DJ
not
Moore
really-
and Rome, they're more finesse. They're not speed.
exactly. They're more a finesse type of a wide receivers. The one thing that made Ben Johnson's also offense works a little bit. What's the other wide receiver that they have right next to Amon-Ra? Williams.
Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams, yeah, that was huge for them.
That's a flyer. That's a guy that could run and get back into the backfield.
That's over the top wide receiver. It's someone who's going to just break speed.
Exactly. Just somebody that can just go. And I think that's what's missing with the Chicago Bears is another wide receiver. Would I love Keenan Allen back? Sure. But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for the fact that we don't have, like I just mentioned, we don't have somebody that could just blow off the top and just go downfield and just be like, fuck it, Caleb, I'm here. We don't have that. So, no, the answer to that question is no.
That's what I'm saying. You think Cooper Kupp could be that if he's healthy?
Definitely not. It's
No.
definitely it's like Rome or bigger. That's all it is.
I'm looking at this list, bro. I don't see that reliable speed guy on here.
There isn't. I honestly feel like the Chicago Bears are going to draft a wide receiver in one of the first 3 picks that they got in between the second and the third round. Because this wide receiving core is deep. There's no big names, but they're all fast. And
so I agree with you guys. I agree.
Wait, are you talking about the draft? Because I heard this is one of the worst drafts for wide receivers ever.
There's no wide receiver that's like out there that is first round worthy.
There's no Jamar Chase or
definitely day 2. There's a lot of wide receivers where you could just take a gamble because most of them are fast. They're not really finesse wide receivers that we all are accustomed to, or just a big name wide receiver that you're like, oh yeah, this is a game changer. But definitely wide receivers, like if you have like the Chicago Bears with Roma Dunze and DJ Moore, a wide receiver on a day 2 or day 3 where it just, hey, he's a speedster, get him, see how good he is with his hands. It could work out for the Chicago Bears or any other team that has wide receivers already established in their rooms, and they just need one.
But that's why, Eric, I feel like they need to go and get a Genty, right? Because like CP said, you're going to see the run game be a lot more prolific here with the Chicago Bears. So you need a dynamic running back, someone as strong, someone as speedy as Genty can be, to kind of, I guess, tip the scales in that balance. So that way you're not. It kind of
take all that heat off Caleb. Let him build his confidence.
Take the heat off you missing that speedster wide receiver. Have the running game be a huge part of your offense. So that way Rome and DJ Moore could, make up for lacking that speed.
I would take a Van Jefferson or something like that. Tyler Lockett is out there. He's not too bad.
I mean,
not fast enough.
He's older, but I mean, why not?
Again, another finesse wide receiver that can actually work within the tackles or within the lines, but It's not what we need. CP.
I agree. I agree. That's what I'm saying. That's why the running game has to kind of make up for it. We need that running back.
But you know what else? What the defense would make? The defense would cut that field in half and make everything jam packed because they know that the Bears don't have that deep threat. And the one player that they have to kind of worry about a little bit more than usual is DJ Moore. But DJ Moore is not tall enough. DJ Moore is only like my height, barely cracking 6 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's like 6 feet, ain't he?
Exactly. It's not one of those wide receivers where he's like 6'2", 6'3" with speed and you could just chuck the fucking ball. No, you have to be precise with him. So again, you're absolutely right, but it's going to cut the field into half defending the Chicago Bears because they're pretty, I guess you could say, readable in that aspect of what they're going to do.
Mario said, especially if Caleb needs to throw the ball fast, we need someone who's going to break.
Bring Velus Jones back.
Oh, hell no. Fuck you, small, Eric. You got to join the 6 feet club.
You need a speed guy.
We need a speed guy. And honestly, like the free agent class and wide receivers, I mean, Amari Cooper.
Broke down.
Stephon Diggs.
Broke down.
Keenan Allen.
Broke down. No.
Deontay Johnson.
Oh, he got an attitude.
No, I don't want Deontay.
My boy, Mike Williams.
Broke down.
Elijah Moore.
He's still in the league?
Yeah, what was he, in Cleveland?
That was the last time I remember him was in Cleveland.
Me too, bro.
Here's one that's a little questionable, but still, I'm not a big fan. McCole Hardman.
No, hell no. Come on, Eric. No.
Speed.
He can't.
Speed. That's all I say.
No, but he can't catch. What do you need a wide receiver for?
Yeah, he good for us. We might as well go with Velus Jones.
Right. You remember me? Bro.
MBS out there.
Same thing. No, hell no, bro.
No, he only look good with Mahomes throwing to him.
All right. Brandon Cooks.
Old.
Tyler Boyd.
Going back. I like that. I like that one. I like that one.
He's up. He's available.
I like that one too.
Him and Zach Pascal. I like those two.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
Hell no.
No. Broke down.
There's a reason they free agents, Eric.
Nelson Aguilar.
That might be a good one.
Wait, was he the one from Baltimore?
Yeah, that's the same one.
Oh, they let him go. Lamar Jackson he got a lot of touchdowns off him, didn't he?
Right, a little bit. Towards the tail end,
yeah. Him and Lamar had to.
I'm trying to think. Is he a speedster?
No, he's not.
No, right? Then never mind. I don't need it.
He's not. Van Jefferson.
I like that one too. Like I said, Van Jefferson, Tyler Boyd.
And then it goes Robert Woods, Tyler Lockett, and Tyler Johnson.
No.
Exactly. So again, this wide receiver, back end, second day, third day for sure. There's a lot of speedsters out there, and you need one. And it's really not that hard to say. Just go and outrun the motherfucker, and then Caleb will find you. Just catch the damn ball. It's easier said than done, right?
Didn't DeAndre Carter have a few moments with us?
Something like that, yeah.
If we still have him, we'll give him a shot. I mean, again, like we have a better offensive line. Maybe Caleb could do something.
He's a free agent right now.
He is a free agent right now.
You can bring him back for a cheap discount.
Mm-hmm. Well, CP, it was good seeing you, my guy. We miss you. Hopefully you hop on with us a lot more often,
Hey man, I'll be trying, man. 12-hour shifts are no joke.
He said Mario said the list of Jericho is better than this. The list of Broke. You just made the list.
Wrestling reference. You absolutely right.
We know the reference, Mario.
We're all wrestling fans here. We all wrestling.
We know it.
We literally all wrestling fans.
Real quick.
I love you, tough man.
What's more of a main event? The triple threat between Roman, CM Punk, and
Seth Rollins,
or Jey Uso and Gunther. It's got to be the triple threat, right?
Triple threat, obviously. I just wish a title was on the line or something.
No,
it feels weird.
It does feel weird.
I think it, weird. See, here's what I found the mistake, right? And this is where everybody's gonna run into this, right? That outside of Cody Rhodes, like that's the only main event that's gonna be the title. The fact that there's no really true build in any other division, especially the big ones, the 2 women title ones and the heavyweight title match, the fact that you got 3 big superstars coming in like nothing and making all the other title shots just really not that big, and the lack of creative story behind them is what's hurting the fact that Gunther and Jey Uso is not a main event title match.
It's crazy because I low key was starting to forget about that match, bro. I've
It,
been
it,
so tuned
it,
into the whole
it's
Roman Reigns Punk thing.
because we've seen it time and time again already, and like,
We
and
have.
I
We saw
agree,
it
I agree
2
with
times.
Mario. It's like we're only getting it a third time, so that way they can pay it off and give it to Jay. So we can have that moment where everybody's eating, which is great, which is cool. But it's like for a title that's so young, you gotta give it a mystique. You gotta give it a better opportunity.
Right. I just hope it's not an extended run because you remember when Damian Priest won his first title, they gave him a decent run. They let Cody hold it for the whole year. Please don't let Jey Uso hold it for the whole year, bro.
Give Caleb a heel turn. I'll take it, John.
Yeah, he gonna have to do a heel turn messing with you, John.
I agree with what CP said. I agree with what he said.
And I think what also hurt I say it hurt a little bit, but you're right. It gave you the prestige, it gave you that acknowledgement. But what hurt the world heavyweight title was Seth Rollins holding it for the whole entire year, and then within the last year, it's been held by 2 guys that really didn't have no backup story to it. Right? Damian Priest did an okay job with it. He defended as much as he could. And then Gunther came in, and it just wasn't. The Intercontinental title reign that he had hurt his world title offense because there's really no stories outside. There's really no big story.
His Intercontinental title run was way better.
Because there's a lot of. I hate saying this, but there's a lot of mid-card talent than there is higher supreme talent, and the higher supreme talent is only going towards one way, and that's the Cody Rhodes way, where they're just forgetting about Gunther and his dominance and what other people they need to elevate, which is why Jey Uso kind of makes sense in this aspect.
They're trying to get him there, yeah.
But it's going to fall under the same problem. Who is next after Jey Uso? What is Jey Uso's story? The one thing that's helping him is this bloodline story that he's still kind of relevant in some way, somehow, to where it elevates it just a little bit more. But then that's going to
kind of hurts him, though. Don't
That's why I was going to go. It's going to be stagnant and stale later on because next thing you know, we're probably going to see Jacob Fatu and Jey Uso in one of the PLEs in upcoming futures. You know what I mean? But then how long are you going to give Jey Uso the title? And this is what's hurting the prestige of the World Heavyweight title. The fact that there's really no true story like it was with Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins did a hell of a job with it.
Right. You got to start making people like actually want it, bro. Like chase after it. Because remember, when Gunther was Intercontinental Champion, didn't he beat Drew McIntyre and Sheamus on multiple occasions, bro? Yeah. Like he was running through everybody.
He was in a triple threat.
Yeah, he beat both of them, bro. Like, and that's what made the Intercontinental title so prestigious, and what made it such a big deal was Sammy taking it from him was like, look at all these people Gunther. Look at how long he's held the title. He's beat all these all-stars and world champions. And this was the Intercontinental title. They haven't done that with the world title, bro.
You know what? You know what I could see that will help this scenario, both Jey Uso and this title. If Jey Uso were to win it at WrestleMania, let's say Cody beats Cena. Cena can then maybe go for Jey. They have a story with the Royal Rumble, and you could put the title on Cena. He still breaks the record per se, and he can make that title credible in the last whatever months or so that he has it.
Yeah, Cena's probably done after WrestleMania, bro.
He's still December
2025. All the way to the end of the year.
Oh, I mean, not bad, but I mean, do you really see a story there? I mean, that's not much. I mean, yeah, they were the last 2 in the Royal Rumble, but is there really a story there?
They beat him at the Rumble. I mean, yeah, if Cena's heel, why not?
But
I don't think that's going to be his first opponent. That's for sure.
And it shouldn't be his first opponent either, because then what's the whole point of putting like? It begs to the question, like it goes.
I like that.
Why did you put the Intercontinental Champion on Jey Uso just for him to lose it a month later? It's going to be the same scenario. Like, why? I get it. You're doing it for the moment because you missed out on an opportunity with LA Knight a year or 2 ago. I told you guys, I see Jey Uso. It was LA Knight was supposed to have 2 years ago. that's Jey Uso right now, and the WWE and Triple H noticed that. But the thing about it though is like you're doing this to Jey Uso, you're rising him just to bring him right back down. If you're gonna do that with John Cena,
Yeah, no, you're right there. You're right there. That's why I like what Mario says better. Finn Balor versus Jay. That's a good rivalry.
I like that.
Yeah, Finn Balor's a great heel. That's something that could definitely work for sure.
But I'm not saying I've been pushing for Finn Balor to be a world champion again for a while, bro. It just seems like he's the leader of the Judgment Day. He's just screwing with everybody. I just feel like if anybody's going to take the title from Jay, it would be Finn Balor.
Break a wish.
Break a
wish foundation.
No, I mean, no, yeah, I agree with you, CP, that Finn Balor definitely needs a title. He's right now he's carrying the Judgment Day.
Yeah, he's literally, is he not the top? I mean, who's the top heel on Raw right now?
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
It's not good. That's what I'm saying. It's not Gunther. Logan Paul is barely there, bro.
Yeah, it's not Gunther. Logan Paul's barely there, which also would be a good.
I feel like Finn Balor carried Raw this past year, bro.
I think Finn will be great. I think you give Finn that push, you give him that TV time. He
was the first ever Universal Champion, and you never went back to that. I never understood that. Here's your chance, bro.
The only thing about that is that he starts to fall into a category like Kevin Owens, where he gets title shot after title shot, but he never wins. So it starts to become predictable. Unless you do something where you're like, holy shit, did they really make him win?
Right, that works in their favor.
It's gonna get predictable because he's just like Kevin Owens. I feel like every Royal Rumble he's gonna be there fighting somebody for a title.
Yeah, we knew Kevin Owens wasn't beating Cody. We knew he wasn't going to beat Cody.
Right, that's the thing you want to get away from. You know what I mean? You want guys to have a shot.
Like Io Sky winning this past week, that caught me off guard. I didn't expect that. I thought we was full blown Rhea versus Bianca. I thought we was full blown that. So stuff like that, you know, like catch us off guard once in a while.
Yeah,
the genius of the sky, my girl Io.
Oh yeah, I love Io.
Io's the best.
Io is the best. But I agree. What Mario said at the end, there's no dominant heels on Raw. They moved them all to SmackDown, which is 100% true. They really did.
You got to turn CM Punk heel. You got or Seth Rollins. I feel like is flirting with heel baby. Or make him.
Steph is definitely headed toward heel territory. I don't think Punk is going there anytime soon.
I get it, but if you want to dominate heel, you got to turn one of those guys. Like you have.
It's going to be Seth, no question. Look, after what he did to Roman, everybody loves Roman and Punk right now. Yeah. Seth is like low key starting. Yeah, you're going to sing the song, but Seth is becoming the odd man out.
He's flirting with both. Just make him heel already and call it a day.
Isn't Drew on Raw?
What about Drew?
Isn't Drew McIntyre on Raw or is he on SmackDown?
No. They moved him to SmackDown.
Oh, he's on SmackDown? Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, he's on SmackDown now. Feuding with Priest, right?
Yeah, feuding with Priest.
Rollins is not a heel; he's an anti-hero.
That's the thing. We got to turn him full heel.
We have to, because you're absolutely right. There's no really true, like I said, like you guys said, there's no really true heel on. How
do you turn him heel and keep that theme song though?
That's what I'm saying. He has to have a whole new gimmick. It has to be.
They would have to completely transform him. I don't think they want to do that.
Okay, once Jey Uso wins the title, turn his ass heel. I don't give a shit.
Crazy, and then there you go.
Yeah, I'm not saying Seth might be his first opponent. Remember, Seth started that title. He might want it back. You know.
Yeah, turn him heel, and you have a good rivalry there too.
Eventually, that the CM Punk Seth Rollins has to have some type of title influence into it. It has to have. That's the next move. That is the next move. I love Roman Reigns, but eventually Roman Reigns is going to take that Universal title off of Cody or off of Cena, whichever one of those two has it at that time. That's Roman's title.
Or maybe he takes it off Jay. That's another good one right there.
That'll be so messed up, bro.
I mean, but if he turns heel again, right? Because he's a great heel. If you make him heel and go after Jay, that makes
he really though. Let's be completely 100% honest. Roman Reigns is not a heel.
He's not a heel or a face, bro. He's just that. He's just him.
He was going against
he
Cody,
can be whatever he wants, bro.
But when he was going against Cody, he was a full blown heel. Whether the fans thought of him or not, he was a full blown heel. And if the fans, especially the crowd, are with Jay, you get Roman to turn on him, beat him up pretty bad, and you can get some people to boo him.
Wouldn't that be so predictable though?
It would be so
I
predictable.
don't know. I don't
It
know.
would be-
I
it
mean,
would be
Roman
so
turning on
nasty.
Jay yet again.
And then
like,
what?
the
And
whole
then what are we
bloodline
gonna
started
have?
with them is the end with them. You know what I mean?
And then what are we gonna have? Are we gonna run back the bloodline story once
The
again,
whole-
bro? Like
the-
we're running
the
it
whole
back.
argument-
I
the
feel
whole
like we
thing
should get away from the bloodline story
I
for
agree.
right now.
The thing is, the whole thing is, you got to make that title a lot more credible than it already is. You thought Gunther would do it, he didn't. You think Jay's going to? It's going to feel forced. You need someone like Roman,
Hey.
someone like CM Punk to win that title to give it
I'm
credit.
calling it right now. Jacob Fatu gonna win Money in the Bank and cash in on him.
And Jay, that'd be a good story.
He gonna cash in
That'd
on
be a good
Jay.
one. But I'll do one better on how you turn Roman heel.
Mario
His
said it right
two-side
there.
part- Yeah, he did it. He's going after world title, elevating the value of it. You don't know what waste it needs to be around.
You know what, Nate? You know what waste it needs to be around to elevating the value of that
So
title.
I get it. I get it.
Not himself.
But
Give it to Roman.
here's one. I'm just putting it out there, just spitballing, just to see if it sticks. If you really want a true Roman Reigns heel turn, Jey Uso's the world heavyweight title. Get Jimmy the Intercontinental title. Let them both show off the titles in front of Roman's face. Let him have that little maniacal twist in his head that he's like, how are these two? These two have a
Champions, and I'm
title
not.
and not on me. And then he turns on them, and then there's your heel turn.
Well,
on
he
them.
take the titles from both of
And
them.
he takes the title away from one of them. He takes the
Come on,
title away
bro.
from
This
Jey.
is Triple H in 2003 all over again.
Oh man! Look, give. I think Roman and Jay could be a title, a match in SummerSlam. That maybe you give it to Roman. You give Jay that time to defend it up until then. Roman takes it off him.
But
There you
again, you have to have some type. You have to have some type of motivation for him to be that heel. And then, like I said, if you see Jay with a title and Jay,
I get where
You
you're
have that
going.
motivation now. You've seen it on this past Monday with CM Punk.
but that motivation is pure off the pure hatred of the rivalry that they've been having, or this whatever storyline that they've been having for the last 10 years.
Punk did nothing to Roman.
Nothing at all. He's
it
never
was
even
straight
said
jealousy.
nothing bad about Roman.
It was straight
There's-
jealousy.
There's nothing bad about it, but you also got to remember who eliminated who at the Royal Rumble to give him the reason to become that type of way that he did on
Wait,
Monday night.
Punk eliminated Reigns?
Yep. Punk is the one that eliminated both Seth and Reigns. And then Logan
Oh,
Paul.
right. He eliminated. Then
CM
Logan
Punk.
Paul threw him over from behind.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
again, if there is somewhat of a reason simply because it took him away from that WrestleMania main event.
No, Mario. If that happens, I'm done, Mario. I'm done. They cannot unify the titles again. That
Super
I hate when they do that, bro.
World Heavyweight WWE Champion, and I acknowledge my tribal
The
chief.
super undisputed universal super world. Like, what are you gonna call it, bro? Like, for real?
Roman's reign. So that's what it is, bro.
Roman Reigns. There you go. All right, we gotta end this show. I gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta. Look. It was great seeing you, CP. It's great catching up with you. There's a lot to talk about. Obviously, the Bears did their thing. What are they gonna do? What is the next moves? I honestly, they're gonna. To me personally, no more moves from here on out until the draft, and then after the draft, anything goes. Who they're drafting is the next best thing. That's for sure. What's up? Oh, acknowledging him.
We're just acknowledging
acknowledging
our tribal chief. That's all.
That's
That's
all.
all.
He said, "I gotta be up at 2."
Get some sleep, bro. We'll see
Get
you
some
in the
sleep,
morning.
brother. But yeah, the Windy City Rundown guys. Thank you for joining us. Mario on the chat, John on the chat, Josh, everybody else, CP joining us, Isaiah on the chat too as well. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you guys hit the little bell on Facebook and on YouTube to get notified when our shows are live. We talk about sports and then we finish it off with wrestling, which is the way how it is supposed to be. CP, once again, my guy, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on. Good to
Appreciate
see you, my
y'all.
guy. Hopefully
I miss y'all, man.
I miss you too. Hopefully we get to run this back again. Jose, you a bitch, but I love you. The Bears are making moves. Hopefully they keep, rebuilding. We'll see what's going to be next week. We will talk about more sports next week. Baseball is right around the corner. We're going to give our baseball predictions. Are the Sox going to be worse than last year? The Cubs are finally going to make a playoff push. We'll see how it is. NBA playoffs right around the corner too as well. And let's see what else happens in the NFL, because the NFL decides not to take a day off no matter if they're in the offseason or not.
No, I'm gonna do what Eric did it with the NBA and choose another baseball team, bro. Forget that. I ain't finna deal. I ain't finna
You
deal
know,
with
look,
it.
honestly, CP, nobody will judge you, bro.
Nobody will judge you, my guy.
Nobody
I would
will.
not judge you. Hey, look, there's always room on the dark side over here on the north side, bro. If you
Right.
want to hop on, bro,
I don't
it's
know if
always
I'll
a
go that
party
far.
town, and
I
you
would
know how
never
to
make
have
fun of
fun.
you for doing it. I'm trying.
And honestly, win or lose, that stadium is always full, my guy. That's all I got to
John
say.
would never let me live that down.
That's
Look,
true.
man, nobody. It's John. He's only 20. He's only right 25% of the
Hey,
time.
there's a picture out there with John and Cubs gear, so it's okay.
There is a picture out there in John in the Cubs jersey. That I am gonna.
I need to see that picture.
at that.
I
For
may have it.
CP,
I gotta look for it.
Jose Contreras, I am Eric Avila. Windy City Rundown. We will see you guys at the same time next week. Same time, same place. As always, Jose, that out.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
He's running like he's got a lobster down his pants, showing that he is as slippery as a bar of soap.
Like poop through a diarrhea-infected goose.
Commented about it.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take this serious.
I'm not. I'm
Real serious. I put my heart and soul into this every single week.
Are we done here?
It's about time.